Most people don't have a getting interviews problem. They have a being noticed problem. And yeah, I get it. The market's brutal right now. AI is moving fast. Everyone's saying junior roles are dead. But here's the truth. There are people who started coding in 2024 and even this year who've already landed developer jobs. I've met them in my community. I've mentored some of them personally. So no, it's not that you're underqualified. It's that you're invisible. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that. I'll show you how to land 10 more interviews every single month without applying to more jobs, without switching stacks, and without wasting 6 months grinding LeetCode problems that don't get you noticed. This is the exact system that got me interviews when I had no degree, no experience, and was competing against people who looked way better on paper. It's the same system I teach in my mentorship program. The ones that's helping self-taught devs, CS students, and career changers break into tech faster than ever, even in this crazy AI market. So if you've been feeling like it's impossible to stand out, stay with me, because I'm going to prove it's not just possible, it's predictable. So my name's Phil. I started coding at 30, no degree, no experience, nothing that said, this guy should be in tech. But I landed my first junior dev job in under a year. 2 years later, I was making 6 figures. A few years after that, I was leading teams, building software for companies doing 7 and 8 figures a year. And along the way, I trained and hired over 100 junior devs. Now, I mentor hundreds more, people just like you, trying to break in, trying to be seen. But that's not how it started. Because if you know my story, you know I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasted my entire 20s chasing girls, drugs, and cheap dopamine. I had no discipline, no focus, and definitely no future. So when I finally decided to turn my life around and write my first line of code, I was terrified. I thought I was too old, too late, too far gone, and yeah, that's exactly how a lot of people feel right now. With AI taking over, layoffs everywhere, and thousands of junior devs flooding LinkedIn, you start to wonder if you even stand a chance. I know that feeling because I felt it too. When I started applying for jobs, I thought it was a numbers game. Apply more, send more resumes, play the odds. So I did. Hundreds of applications, dozens of rejections, mostly silence. No callbacks, no interviews, just that sick, sinking feeling. Like I was wasting time I didn't have. And I remember thinking, maybe I'm just not good enough. But then it hit me. No one was rejecting me. They just weren't seeing me. And that realization changed everything. Because the problem wasn't that I couldn't code. The problem was that I didn't know how to get attention. And once I learned that, the entire game changed. Here's the shift that changed everything for me. You don't get interviews by applying. You get interviews by creating interest. When I finally understood that, everything flipped. I stopped waiting for permission. I stopped hoping someone would take a chance on me. And I started showing them what I could already do. So I began going to local meetups, not to beg for opportunities, but to meet founders and show them the kind of work I was doing. There was one real estate startup I really wanted to work for. They had a small team, great idea, but no devs. I had no experience, no fancy resume, and definitely no projects that screamed, hire me. So instead of waiting to be noticed, I built something for them, indirectly. I created a free app for local board game cafe just to get some dev experience. But I designed it like a real estate directory. Search filters, dashboard, maps, real-time listings, the works. It wasn't real estate, it was for Magic the Gathering cards. But the structure, the logic, the features, it was exactly what the startup needed. 2 months later, I applied to that same real estate startup. This time, I didn't just send a resume, I sent a demo. 2 days later, the hiring manager replied, hey, this is awesome. Can we hop on a call? That one email got me more traction than the 100 job applications I'd sent before, combined. And that's when I realized, you don't need permission to prove you're good. You just need to show it first. That's the moment everything changed. Because from that day forward, I stopped trying to get hired and started trying to get noticed. And when you understand that difference, in a world where AI can write code and competition keeps rising, that's your edge. All right, so here's what we're about to break down, step by step. First, I'll show you why the current job hunt system is broken, why sending out 100 applications a week isn't the flex you think it is. Then, I'll show you the new system that flips the game, what I call proof before permission. It's how you get noticed even when the market's brutal and AI is everywhere. Next, I'll walk you through how to build small proof projects, what I call micro offers, that grab attention instantly and make recruiters actually hit reply. Then we'll go deep on 4 ways to deliver your proof. Whether that's through tools, posts, code, or even something physical that lands on a hiring manager's desk. And finally, I'll show you how to turn all of this into a repeatable weekly system so you're not hoping for interviews, you're creating them. By the end of this video, you'll have a full playbook. The same system my students use to land 10 plus interviews every single month. And if you do get an interview after using this, please drop a comment below and tell me. Seriously, I want to talk to you. Maybe even feature your story. Because someone out there needs to see that it's still possible. 1. The broken system. Why simply applying doesn't work. Let's be honest. The current job hunt system is broken. Completely broken. If you've been applying for tech jobs lately, you already know it. Your CS degree won't save you. That boot camp with a job guarantee won't save you. You open LinkedIn, hit easy apply, and within seconds, that single junior developer posting has over 400 applications. Now, here's the crazy part. 75% of those resumes never even reach a human. They die in the algorithm. That means before anyone even sees your name, you're invisible. And for the ones that do make it through, recruiters spend an average of 7 seconds looking at your resume. 7 seconds. That's how long you get to prove your worth. You can't win that game. I've seen slot machines with better odds. So stop playing that game because it's built for volume, not visibility. And now with AI, it's even worse. Thousands of AI optimized resume flood the market every single day, all using the same buzzwords: fast learner, team player, passionate about technology. It's all noise. And when everyone's louder, you don't get heard. You get buried. That's why your resume, it's not your weapon. It's your receipt. Proof that you exist, not proof that you can deliver. And here's the hard truth most people don't want to admit. Recruiters don't hire the best candidate anymore. They hire the most visible one. The visibility doesn't come from applying harder. It comes from standing out before they ever scroll. So if you're still spending your nights tweaking your resume, adding more keywords, hoping the next application beats the algorithm, stop. That's the old game. And that game is stacked against you. The only way to win now is to play a different game. The proof before permission game, where you stop waiting for approval to show your value and you demonstrate it first. 2. Proof before permission, the new game. Here's the new game. It's called proof before permission. You're not asking to be hired. You're showing that you already know how to help. That's the difference between everyone applying and you getting invited. Think of it like Costco. They don't tell you the food's good, they let you taste it. That free sample, that's the hook. Now you want the whole box. That's how proof works. You give people a small, undeniable taste of what it's like to work with you. And suddenly, they want more. No begging, no hoping, just proof. Because when everyone's talking about their skills, the person who shows them instantly wins attention. Don't say, I know React. Say, I built a feature that cut load time by 40%. Don't say, I understand databases. Say, I reduced server costs by $120 a month. Don't say, I'm passionate about problem solving. Show the problem you solved. Proof beats credentials every single time. Let me give you a real example. Earlier this year, one of my mentees, Booty, got rejected 9 times in a row. No callbacks, no interviews. His resume didn't even make it to a real person. So instead of sending more resumes, he created proof. He started contributing to an open source RPG project he loved. He added a small feature that improved the user experience, and he documented exactly how he did it. Then he helped me build a mobile app. Nothing fancy, but it was real work. Something he could point to and just say, I built that. Just from those 2 projects, which took maybe a week total, he suddenly had work experience, not fake bullet points, real impact. And then he went one step further. He built his own budget tracking app for college students. Why? Because he needed it for himself. And in solving his problem, he solved it for hundreds of other students too. That's what I mean by proof. Every project he touched said, this guy doesn't wait to be told what to do. He just solves problems. Within a month, Booty had interviews lined up with major banks in his country. Now, zoom out for a second. Why does this system work so well right now in 2025? Because AI leveled the playing field. It can write resumes, it can generate portfolios, it can even fake experience. But AI can't show real proof. It can't replicate the human fingerprints of effort, creativity, and persistence. When a recruiter sees something you actually built, something that solves a problem they understand, you cut through the noise. You go from invisible to undeniable. I've seen this over and over again. One of my students built a free API to automate a restaurant's delivery schedule. The owner asked him to be their developer for their chain restaurants. Another built a coding learning tool with a code editor implemented inside of it specific to my own mentorship program. It's still being built and you'll see it soon. Absolutely amazing. But this same guy built free websites for multiple restaurants in France and was able to land a dozen interviews successfully in 1 month. There's even a guy who created an event planner for his own wedding that can be customized for a variety of other events, who is currently on his 3rd round of interviews for a 6-figure developer job in New York. Proof creates its own gravity. It pulls opportunities towards you. That's the system. You stop begging for attention and you start building it. And if you do it right, you'll never have to apply the same way again. So here's the question. How do you build that kind of proof without burning out or wasting months building giant projects nobody cares about? That's exactly what we're breaking down next. How to build what I call micro proof projects. Tiny focused builds that get you noticed fast. 3, the mini offer project strategy. Now that you get the mindset, proof before permission, let's talk about how to actually do it. How do you create proof that people can see, feel, and remember? That's where the mini offer strategy comes in. You don't need to build the next Instagram. You don't need to reinvent Airbnb. You just need one complete solution. Something real, something that works, something that helps. Let me show you what that looks like. Maybe you fix one tiny bug in a project you already use. That bug that drives you insane. Fix it. Then post how you did it, why it mattered, and what you learned. Or maybe you build a small React app that solves one real problem. It doesn't need 100 features, just login, sign up profile, and that one core feature that actually solves something. Like a diabetes tracker that adjusts meals and workout plans based on your age, weight, and activity. Or a church sermon translator that records and translates audio in real time. Simple, useful, real. These are actual projects from my mentees. Or maybe you redesign a piece of UI that's underperforming. Take a local business landing page, redesign the checkout form, show how your version makes it easier and faster. Then record a 1-minute demo, grab Loom, hit record, show 3 things. What it does, why you built it, and how it helps. And here's the move. Send it. Attach the link to your message and make the subject line, built this tool based on your job post. That one line changes everything. You're not another resume in a pile. You're a solution that showed up in their inbox. And when you do that, your reply rate doesn't just double. It jumps 5x, even 10x. Because now you're not an applicant. You're a collaborator. And that shift from please notice me to you need to see this is everything. One of my mentees, Jay, did this. He built a simple React CRM dashboard for a roofing company. He didn't have access to their backend, so he mocked the data, he made a clean admin dashboard, recorded a demo, and sent it. They replied in 48 hours. No leak code, no resume tweaking, just proof. Now he's earning close to 6 figures in his first job. That's the mini offer strategy. You're not waiting for permission. You're creating opportunity. So you've built your mini offer project. Now you need to get it seen. Because even the best proof doesn't matter if nobody sees it. That's where most developers screw up. They hit post on LinkedIn, drop a GitHub link, and wait. But opportunity doesn't knock. You've got to send the invite link. Real quick, before we keep going, you've been watching this thinking, man, I just wish someone could walk me through this step by step. That's exactly why I started my mentorship. It's for people like you, self-taught devs, CS students, or career switchers who are serious about breaking into tech but feel stuck. Inside, we build real full-scale applications from start to finish. You learn how to plan, code, and launch projects that actually get attention, and how to turn that into interviews. If you're tired of guessing what to build or how to stand up, you can apply using the link in the description below. I review every application personally, and if it makes sense, we'll work together to help you break into tech faster. All right, let's get back to it. 4, the 3 outreach styles that actually work. These are the exact methods I've used, and I've seen them get interviews within days, not weeks. 1, reveal a problem, find something broken. Fix it, then show that you fixed it. Simple. Let's say you notice a company's landing page is loading in 5 seconds. You run a lighthouse audit, optimize the code, and bring it down to 1.8 seconds. You record a 45-second Loom video showing exactly what you did and how it improves performance. Then you send them this. Hey, I was checking out your site and noticed some performance issues. I ran an audit, fixed them, and got load times down by 65%. Here's a quick demo. Figured it might help your dev team. That message does one thing instantly. It makes you valuable. Because you didn't say, I can solve problems. You showed that you already do. No resume can compete with that. And even if they don't hire you, you just build a relationship with someone who now remembers you as the person who helped for free. That's long-term leverage. 2, free trial. Do work first. This one's all about initiative. Contribute something small to an open source project, a typo fix, a style tweak, a small bug fix, then message the maintainer or company. Hey, I worked on this issue, happy to do another if helpful. That's collaboration, not application. And the psychology here is simple. When you give before you ask, people trust you faster. I tell all my mentees this. Be willing to work for free. My mentee Alex made probably 12 different versions of a restaurant's website to choose from. My mentee Raphael made free websites not just for me, but for local businesses like a nail salon. Booty and Gabe both made contributions to open source projects which led to further collaborations. Because here's the truth, nobody wants to hire a stranger, but everybody wants to work with someone who already helped them once. 3, one step of many. You don't need to build a full product. Just show one working piece of a bigger idea. Maybe you're building a Chrome extension that scrapes price data from Amazon. Don't wait until it's done. Post a short demo. Build a scraper that tracks Amazon product prices. Next, I'm adding email alerts. That line, next, I'm adding, creates curiosity. It makes people think. If you already built that, what else can you do? That's how projects go viral. That's how recruiters DM you instead of you chasing them. One working step can open 10 new doors. So remember, proof gets you attention. Outreach gets you results. These 3 styles, reveal a problem, free trial, and one step of many, turn you from a name in a stack into a story someone wants to follow. And that's the difference between hoping for interviews and creating them. Because when you show proof and pair it with smart outreach, you don't chase companies anymore. They start chasing you. 5, packaging and presenting your proof. Now let's talk about the part everyone overlooks, how to package and present your proof. Because building something cool is one thing. Getting people to see it, care about it, and respond to it, that's a whole different skill. You can build the best project in the world, but if you deliver it in the wrong way, it's like shouting in a hurricane. So here's how you package your proof like a pro. 1, show, don't hide. Deliver proof in motion. The easiest way? Software and tools. Host your demos somewhere simple. GitHub Pages, Vercel, Replit, anything. Make it one click to test. If people need to install dependencies or unzip files, you've already lost them. And visuals matter. Record a 30-second Loom or a short GIF of your project in action. When recruiters or hiring managers see something working, you stand out immediately because 99% of applicants never show anything moving. Proof in motion feels real. 2. Teach what you just built. The second way to deliver proof, information. Don't just share what you built. Explain how you built it and why. Post on LinkedIn, Reddit, X, or even a short YouTube clip. How I automated my job search using Python. How I built a budget tracker for college students. When you teach what you're learning, you build trust faster than anyone claiming they're an expert. Teaching says, I understand this so well, I can explain it. That's authority. That's confidence. And the crazy part, when you share your learning journey publicly, opportunities come to you. People remember who taught them something, not who begged for a chance. 3. Create value before you're asked. Instead of waiting for a company to give you permission to help, offer something small for free. Message a startup founder, hey, I noticed your landing page's loading speed could improve. I can do a quick audit if you'd like. Or offer free portfolio reviews for junior devs. It's not charity, it's strategy. You're building relationships. You're building reputation capital. When people see you helping first, they remember you as someone who adds value, not someone asking for favors. And those relationships, that's where the hidden jobs come from. 4. Go analog in a digital world. Now, here's one of my favorite ones, physical proof. Send a handwritten note, a simple, clean card. Attach a QR code to your demo. Nobody does that, which is exactly why it works. In a world of AI, emails, and cold DMs, human effort stands out like a neon sign. It says, this person cares. One of my students did this, sent a handwritten thank you letter with a QR to his GitHub project. The hiring manager kept it on his desk. 2 weeks later, that student got an offer. Not because the code was perfect, but because the gesture was unforgettable. That's the power of proof delivered personally. And 5, frame it like marketing. Now let's talk about something most developers never think about. Naming and positioning. Names matter more than you think. People click curiosity, not accuracy. To-do apps get ignored. But 2-minute productivity tracker, that gets clicks. Same code, different name. Totally different result. That's not lying, that's marketing. And in this market, you are the product. Frame your work the way great products are framed. Make people curious enough to click. Because once they click, they'll see the proof. 6, always end with a clear call to action. Every project, every post, every email should end with clarity, not confusion. Say, if you're hiring, I'd love to help your team build tools like this. Or, if this caught your eye, I'm available this month. That's not begging, that's confidence. You're giving people a reason and permission to reach out. Most people spend their whole lives chasing luck. They wait for the right job posting, the right recruiter, the right moment. But that moment never comes because luck isn't coming to save you. And this market, it doesn't reward waiting. It rewards movement. The people who win right now, they don't wait. They create attention. They show value before they're asked to. They build things that make people stop scrolling. They send messages that make recruiters say, wait, who is this? They don't apply harder. They apply smarter. And when you start doing that, when you start building proof every week, sharing it, sending it, tracking it, you stop being invisible. You stop being one of the 1,000 people with the same resume. Because every time someone sees your project, your post, your demo, you're not another name in the stack anymore. You're the one that makes them pause. You're the one who gets the message. Hey, can we hop on a call? That's the system. That's how you get 10 more interviews every single month. Not by chasing luck, by creating leverage. And once you realize that, everything changes. So here's what I want you to do. This week, build one micro project, doesn't matter how small, post it, send it, track it. because one small proof can change everything. One project, one message, one callback. That's all it takes to start momentum. And when you get that callback, come back here and tell me in the comments, because someone else needs to see that it's still possible, that it's still doable, that you can break into tech even in 2025 and 2026 if you learn to play the new game. If I can do it, you can do it too. Coding saves lives.